What's going on, Team Misfit coaches? Hunter back at Team Misfit HQ today, talking to you about Friday, July 22nd's workout, which is the beep test. A lot of you will probably remember that from elementary school, middle school, high school, whatever, doing having the beep and the cones set up in gym class and the whole squad running down and back. And we're bringing it back because it's a really good test, kind of an easily accessible test of an athlete's VO2 max. VO2 max test is basically determining how much oxygen an athlete can uptake and then use to kind of turn into energy. The higher the VO2 max, the fitter the athlete is. The setup is a 20-meter lane, or about 66 feet. So we've got a start cone on one end, the turnaround cone on the other end, and then you'll also notice here on the board we have a 15-meter lane. There are kind of official rules and whatnot for the 15-meter version of this, but I think this is a great way to incorporate kind of a scaled option for more deconditioned athletes. Also, you guys are gonna want the app. I wrote app up here. There's a Kyle downloaded for us at Misfit HQ, the BT Lite app. You can find the beep test on YouTube. You can find an app for it. It's super easy. It's free. You just need to be able to obviously play it over your gym speakers or some sort of sound system so everybody can hear it. Finally, we've got kind of the rules of the game here, and we try to make them as simple as possible, and the rules are pretty straightforward for the test itself. Basically, athletes will start behind the cone, behind the start line cone. Once that initial beep plays over the speaker, athletes have until the next beep to reach that turnaround cone and then start moving back to the start cone. There's no need to touch the ground. So in the quarterfinals, for example, athletes had to get both feet over the line and touch the ground. That's not the case for this. As a matter of fact, all athletes have to do is get a foot over or onto the turnaround or the start line. So as long as they kind of hit that turnaround, they're good. Next, athletes do not run ahead. So the early stages of the beep test are extremely slow. Athletes are gonna feel like they're not moving very fast, and that's because they're not. It's a pretty slow start. Athletes are not supposed to run all the way down, hang out at the cone until the beep, and then run back and kind of try to beat the race, so to speak, or beat the game. They're trying to run with the beep, trying to turn around at the time that beep happens throughout the entirety of the test. If an athlete does get ahead, especially early on, they need to wait at the other end before they start running back. But athletes tend to figure this out pretty quickly. When athletes finish, so if an athlete misses the turnaround or the beep happens before they get to the end of the cone, they get one warning. They obviously need to finish that length and then turn around and kind of try to speed up to make up that time. If they miss the beep a second consecutive time, then they're done. So maybe Kyle has one off kind of length and just misses the beep, but he catches up and then he kind of picks up and he's fine. Great. It has to be 2 consecutive misses in order for an athlete to be done. And then finally, both coaches and athletes, a lot of those beep test apps will actually tell athletes exactly what stage they're at, and you'll hear it here in just a second. But coaches and athletes should pay attention so that when the athlete finishes, once they hit that failure point, they know what stage of the beep test they finish at, because ultimately that's going to be their score, and they can use that information if they wanted to actually calculate their VO2 max. Now we got Kyle here ready to take you guys through a quick, brief a run through of a couple of these stages here. Let's load up the beep test here. You guys might hopefully be able to hear it over that speaker.
4, 3, 2, 1. Stage 1.
See how close he gets. So he's a little bit early, that's fine. Hits that beep, turns around, and now he kind of adjusts his speed to make sure that he's hitting that turnaround at the right time. Now he's a little off that time, so now we're trying to kind of dial that in. This is why that practice run's really important.
1, 3. 1, 4.
Give Kyle one more, he's figuring it out. Beep.
5.
Great. Now let's say Kyle's starting to get really tired. He's kind of slogging his way through. He's dying. He misses. He needs to go finish that cone. Still, yep, he's still playing. But if he misses this next one, which he's not looking very good at being able to do,
Stage 2.
And he finishes up before that stage 2. So that practice run, that was the last little piece here, is just once you explain the rules, once folks are warm, I would recommend doing exactly what we just did with Kyle, so folks understand how to kind of speed up and slow down. It's not a huge deal if you're not able to do that because of time, because like I said, athletes will figure it out, but it might help kind of set them up for success with that practice run. So there you have it, the beep test, Friday the 22nd. Let us know how you do. We'll see you next time.